Hi, I'm Jason, and this is the Cultural Breakdown. According to this article from The Hollywood Reporter, Mission Impossible 7 targeting $90 million plus opening weekend in North America. The Paramount and Skydance tentpole starring Tom Cruise earned 15.5 million on Wednesday, including the franchise best $7 million in Tuesday evening previews. That puts the movie on course to post a 5-day opening of $90 million plus, which would be a series best. And the series best currently is held by Mission Impossible Fallout. Click over here. So, yeah, for its domestic opening, it made around $61 million. So, tracking at $90 million is astronomical for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, because you can see Fallout earned just under $800 million globally in its theatrical run. And Dead Reckoning had such a significantly higher budget than that. It needs to actually make around this much money just to be considered a success. And I don't know what the break even point is, but they're wanting to make around this, and at the bare minimum. And if they're tracking to do 90 million in its opening weekend, then obviously that's a really good sign for them right now. But that isn't everything, though, because despite the reviews for it being positive so far, there are some who don't think it's gonna quite make that much. Rivals, however, are betting at this point in time that Dead Reckoning isn't as big as the $90 million tracking purported it to be. More like 47 million for the 3-day and 70.5 million per industry estimates right now. 70.5 still wouldn't be bad for it, but I mean 47 would be pretty dismal if it was to make less than 60 million. I mean, because like I said, they need to beat or track better than Mission Impossible Fallout, so that's kind of like their barometer to go by. And if they're doing less than that, then that's obviously not a good sign, especially when you have other rivals coming out like Oppenheimer and Barbie. Those are going to be out in like a week or so, and those are going to start taking some of the box office, because right now there's not a whole lot of competition for it. I mean, this is just from the latest from Box Office Mojo. I mean, you got Mission Impossible, that's number one as expected. Sound of Freedom, I mean, that's crazy how good it's doing. I mean, it's in like 1,200 less theaters in it, and it's beating other movies that are in way more theaters that have way more bigger studios behind it. I mean, especially Dial of Destiny. I mean, that's really fallen off the cliff right there. I mean, it's sad what happened with that, but Disney doesn't know what they're doing, and apparently Tom Cruise does, because his is more successful than it. But there are worries that this is going to be like how Dial of Destiny is. They even say that in an article. The worry here is if this is an Indiana Jones and a Dial of Destiny all over again with an expensive film near $300 million. Yeah, like I said, that's a problem for Mission Impossible. Long running time, true, and older dude skewing franchise falling short of expectations. I don't think anyone's really complaining about the age of Tom Cruise in this. I mean, is he older than he used to be when the first one came out like 30 years ago? Well, sure. I mean, but at the same time, no one's thinking that his age is a factor in a lot of this, considering all the stunts that he's known for doing. I mean, and that's how they market these movies, on the crazy stunt work he's doing for them. I mean, he posted a thank you to fans where he was skydiving in preparation for this. There was behind the scenes video of him doing the bicycle jump off or the motorcycle jump off the cliff into a base jump. So I think his age isn't really a factor in all this, as opposed to Indiana Jones, where that was pretty much the story, is that he's old. I mean, also Harrison Ford is significantly older than Tom Cruise, so there's also that part to it as well. But I'm not sure what this is going to do. I mean, well, at least I don't know what it's going to do. I mean, like I said, the tracking for this says this is even the low estimates say it's kind of like within the range of what they're looking to be. So at the very minimum, I don't think this is going to be like a bomb or anything like that. I think it's going to be successful. I mean, I actually personally think it's probably going to gross $1 billion plus, because of it, just the favor that this carries with the fans and the audiences. I mean, you look at the scores, it's 95% Rotten Tomatoes. Metacritic, it has good scores on that. Cinema Score, it's doing great. So I think this is going to be one of those movies that even if it kind of slow, if it's a slow burn, I think it'll still have some legs behind it. And even after people watch like Oppenheimer and Barbie, if that takes away some of the audience, I think they're going to come back, and this is going to have some staying power within the theaters, because the Mission Impossible movies tend to do that. They tend to stay in theaters a while, and Tom Cruise doesn't like putting movies out on streaming, at least not for a while. So if people want to see this movie, they're going to have to go see it in the theater, and that's ultimately going to be the benefit of Dead Reckoning. But let me know what you're thinking about all this in the comments, and if you like this video, make sure you click the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. Thank you.